yada, yada. Say hi to Bill Squire. He's right over there.
Creepy hugs.
Mary Santora is here, too.
What up?
Poundcake's back in Studio G.
Afternoon, white people.
Hey, there he is. Afternoon, wipe.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Potting myself up. My
Yep,
apologies.
that's all right. I was running a couple of seconds late because I was watching that Expendables 4 trailer.
Oh, they're doing a fourth one. Okay.
You know how they're doing it? You know how you know it's a fourth one? Because the A in Expendables is a 4. Yeah, that's how they're doing it. And it's, I tried watching that first one years ago because they're 4 movies in, or will be. And the CGI blood, there's so much blood in those movies that I was surprised. I thought it'd be fun if it was all practical effect, but unless they changed it up, it's not. It's a lot of CGI blood, which looks really, really silly in a movie like that. But it was Jason Statham. They've added a couple of new cast members. I think they peaked because they keep adding more and more people. You know, basically every action star over the last 40 years, they go, hey, we'll shoot you for one day. We'll give you $250,000, whatever. So like the last one had Schwarzenegger and Harrison Ford in it and whatever. There have been a couple of constants. I think Stallone, Jason Statham. I think that's where Statham delivered the classic line, I now pronounce you man and knife, which is the greatest line in any... You can have your I'll be backs and you can have your whatevers. You know, I now pronounce you man and knife. Remains undefeated. This time around, they've added 50 Cent and Megan Fox to the Expendables 4 universe. I think Andy Garcia is a bad guy in these. I like to see Andy Garcia popping up in things again because for a while I feel like he wasn't in much.
He's a good bad guy.
I like him a lot. He was a bad guy in one of the Ocean's 11 movies.
The first one.
Is that what it was? Was it the first one? Yeah.
The first one, because Al Pacino was the bad guy in the third one. And
right.
I can't remember. The second one is just...
Ocean's 12 was who? It was...
it was like a French dude or something.
Oh, Vincent Cassel.
Yeah.
Yeah, was the bad guy. But I thought he was working for Al Pacino. Well, who cares?
He was in the third one.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
But the Expendables 4, and again, I don't know when it's going to be out. I get all I need from these trailers. I'm not going to go sit down and watch the whole movie. It's got a bunch of Asian guys in it, too. Randy Couture. I mean, it's kept Randy Couture on screen, post-wrestling or whatever, but a bunch of, I'm sure Asian,
MMA.
I have to assume Asian superstars, you know, people who are massive, like Jet Li was in one of these, and I don't know who the new guys are, but they're probably
the guy from Ong Bak or whatever it was.
No clue. Probably the guys from...
Jackie Chan's got a new movie coming out, too.
Yeah, it's Jackie Chan and Vince Vaughn or somebody, right?
It's like Jonah Hill or something.
It's like a buddy cop movie. Yeah,
it's like, hey, Jackie Chan, I want to marry your daughter.
God, Jonah Hill's doing another one.
It's You People Part 2 is
Right.
what they're calling it.
There's so many of you people.
What is the new Jackie Chan movie? Because I just saw the thing for it. It's
Cody, did you watch the Jackie Chan cartoon growing up?
I think I've seen it, but I don't think I watched it on a regular basis.
Because I'm only a couple years older than you, and I can't ever remember, but there was a Jackie Chan
I remember
cartoon.
it because my brother watched it.
I loved it. I watched it like literally every day. I can't even remember what it was called, though.
It was the Jackie Chan Adventures.
Was that what it was called?
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny and
You can
so
watch it on... I was
cool
clicking
and-
around Prime Video the other night. It's on there. You can watch them. Hidden Strike is the movie we're trying to think of. It's John Cena.
Oh, John
and
Cena,
Jackie
yeah.
Chan.
I can see why we would equate John Cena with Vince Vaughn and Jonah Hill.
They're the same.
But this isn't one of those American productions either. It's usually where they take a huge American star, pay him a ton of money, and they put him in an Asian movie. Like Matt Damon did this movie about dragons at the Great Wall of China or something a few years ago. He was the only...
Great Wall, right?
Is that what it's called?
I think it was just called Great Wall.
What
yeah.
a great name for a movie about the Great Wall of China.
It's a good wall. No, it's not. It's
I didn't
great.
watch it. But every so often, you know, American actors will do productions overseas, get a little payday.
get
But
a
they're
big
the
old
only
payday.
English-speaking person in it, yeah. Anyway, yeah, John Cena and Jackie Chan. But I remember Liam Neeson had done some interview, and he had been asked to do a movie with Jackie Chan. He's like, do you know how old I am? I think that this might have been before his kind of renaissance as an action man. But... yeah, so if this will be... You went to see Fast X a while ago. I thought that...
Yeah.
I thought Fast 10... Is it out? It is out?
It's
been
out.
out?
Yeah, it's been out
okay.
for a while. So I went to the screening a few days before it was released, and I took my movie squad buds. And when we go to a movie like Fast 10, we are there to have a good time. And
Isn't everybody who's there?
right, well, apparently not, because I mean, I guess I will formally apologize to the other members of the media that missed the nuance of the 10th installment of the Fast and Furious franchise, because we were laughing and clapping and screaming, "What the hell?" and things like that when wild things were happening, because wild things constantly happen in movies like that.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where you were so upset, two members of the media were so upset by our enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't like talking during the movie. We were enthusiastically enjoying the movie, and our enthusiasm
Yes.
was so bothersome to them that it
You
made
were
it
verbally,
difficult.
to borrow a biblical word, you were verbally ejaculating
Yes.
over the movie. Very
to
exciting.
the point that it ruined the experience for these other members of the media.
Because when you go see these, you're in a media section.
right.
Yes.
To the point that the person that runs these had to talk to me and say, "Hey,
I was going to ask, how did you find out about
I'm just letting
this?
you know that people said this."
Yeah.
I love Anna. She's great. So I'm not. I got nothing.
Don't
bad to
shoot the
say about her.
messenger.
Right. But these members of the media that were bothered by enthusiasm and laughing and enjoyment during Fast X.
Well, they're probably stuffy
Oh,
print
boy.
film. They're probably stuffy film critics, people who take themselves very seriously.
Then at least they had something to write about,
right.
because we gave you a story.
Well, also these
I
movies.
want to know who it was.
These. Oh, you don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were being reticent.
Because they
about-
went and told on me. They didn't
tattled.
say anything to me.
They tattled.
They tattled after the movie. They said, "Oh, Bill Squire and his friends had too much fun and it ruined the experience for me."
Or were you that guy over there? They might not have even known who you were. They could have told the lady running the thing, "Hey, that dude and his boys over there are making a bunch of noise. She knows who you are, so she comes to you."
They knew who I was.
Did they? But you don't know who they are. That puts you at a disadvantage.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. But these movies have gotten increasingly
Crimes.
ridiculous.
Right.
They started boosting cars, and now they're like in space.
They're saving the world, going to space,
Right.
jumping off
Jason
cliffs.
Momoa is-
Jason
yeah.
Momoa's flipping cars over, and
Physics
and
left the building a
it's-
long time ago in the Fast and
they're
Furious
silly,
movies.
fun movies, and there's not a lot of like acting happen. Like I don't know why these critics didn't have that. You know,
Maybe
they could have joined in and had a good time.
they
with
were
us,
trying
but
to
they decided
follow.
not
They were
to.
trying to follow the story. We're having a hard time doing it.
Listen, I was following the story, and there's just not much story there. It's
So
an
it's-
easy story to follow.
So your contention is not that you guys were being obnoxious.
I mean,
you
we were
weren't-
probably
you-
being a little obnoxious.
Okay. This is my question. How did that manifest itself? Were you guys standing up and high-fiving? Were you...
No, we were just laughing a lot.
Yeah.
Those movies.
How many
are
of you were
ridiculous.
there?
There was 3 of us total.
Okay. You and Pants and who?
No, me. Pants wasn't there for this one. This was me, James Douglas, and Ben.
Okay. So she comes over to you and goes, "Hey." At
Well,
what
she
point?
no. So I didn't even hear about this until today. That's why it's like
Oh, she didn't come to you during the movie.
no,
And
because
this was weeks ago.
This is weeks
I see.
ago.
Why wait to tell you now?
she didn't have like I left pretty quick after the movie, and she was getting, and that's what I feel bad about is them going up to her and making her life hard when they could have just been like, it was not my favorite thing.
But
Like,
but why complain after a movie?
I don't know. It's
They complained to
But
her,
they could've-
"Hey, that guy was making noise during
They
the
could've just-
screening."
said, "Hey guys," and I would have been like, "Oh, sorry."
Because for people who
And then we'd throw some popcorn at them. And then
for the uninitiated, back in the day, there used to be media screenings.
Mhm.
You'd go to a screening room. I don't know if they have them here, but in Chicago and other places I've worked, they have a screening room that's just for that movie, and then they show you the movie, and it's just media. These things are screenings that we give tickets to,
Yeah.
and there's a media section. You can't tell me at a movie like this that you guys were the only ones laughing and high-fiving.
No, we weren't, because there was also
That whole place
There was
had
a
to be.
lady that was crushing harder than like she was yelling out commentary. Like an older black lady was just like roasting the movie, and it was hysterical. So that was part of the reason we were laughing. Like she was just giving like pretty loud "oh hell no's" and stuff like that. Like and it like to me adds to the experience of seeing a big over the top blockbuster like that when everyone's kind of having a good time. Like it wasn't gratuitous, and it wasn't like all through the film. It was when these big ridiculous moments would happen. So
it sounds to me like there were a couple of local film critics or a couple of movie nerds who were pissed that they had to see it in a public screening. They were mad. Well, really, you guys. They probably just taking it on you because you're another member of the media.
Well, because they knew who I was, and that's why they're so mad at me. They're like, he was having fun and we weren't having fun.
Right, but let's say they knew who you were rather than just, hey, that dude back there's making noise. If they did know who you were, you think there would be offered a little bit of professional courtesy. Why would knowing who you were make them complain?
I mean, I think they just wanted to complain.
Did you steal someone's girlfriend and you're not telling us?
Nah.
At the taping or the
at the
showing.
screening of
yeah.
Fast X.
I mean,
you think the movie works fast? Take a look at Bill Squire.
So then I was like reserving seats for Oppenheimer, and
who's he?
Alan C. Manners' show.
The IMAX.
So I was reserving seats for the Oppenheimer screening, and she's like, "Hey, can we talk real quick?" And I was like, "Of course." And she's just like, "I'm just telling you, this has happened." And she's like, "I don't think it's gonna be she's like, and with a movie like that, we can kind of understand why you guys would be like
probably
not
a lot of laughing and high-fiving in the atom bomb movie.
Yeah.
Were you being overly laughing and high-fiving and enthusiastic to be funny?
Yeah.
Well, then that's not the same thing.
But like it wasn't. But like I said, we weren't the only ones doing that. But we weren't really high-fiving. We were mostly just laughing and saying, "What the hell," kind of thing like that.
And this is, I got to tell you, this is what I like. The Bill Squires out there doing this, and a bunch of you button-down media nerds just face forward and watch the movie and write in your notepad and print the review the next day. Be quiet.
You have my at. You
That's
can
right.
come to me.
Of course.
You know where to go.
This ain't no buttoned-up crew over here.
Don't go to the teacher.
You're mad they tattled.
That guy's making noise back there. Ugh. Why can't he just enjoy the movie in silence?
Ugh.
Well,
Whatever.
I loved. I had a great time, and
Good.
at Oppenheimer we are bringing foam fingers and vuvuzelas.
Will you be singing the song, the classics? John Jacob Oppenheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too.
He
That's
knew
the movie.
Nevada too. Wherever it will go.
Oh,